this particular case study. I just did one customer because this customer actually over time has migrated all of their services to level 3. We're lucky enough that they're having a great experience and they've just been growing with us dramatically. They bill over $150,000 a month with us now. They've got over 66 locations and that's growing daily with their new acquisitions of other companies. They've got MPLS with us. They've got DIA with us. They've got dedicated long-distance toll-free services on the TDM platform with us, as well as they're in the process of implementing local SIP to replace all their PRIs that they have all over at all their companies that they've acquired. One of the key factors of them wanting to go with level 3 originally was the fact that level 3 was able to leverage their relationships to actually have a diverse build into the company's headquarters. A diverse build, a fiber build into the company's headquarters. So, they were inherently with the LEC for years and years and years, and nobody else could build into this campus. They've owned this campus for, tens of years, and so they could never get a diverse fiber provider in there. Leveraging a relationship that we have with a cable provider, we're actually able to use that cable provider to bring in completely diverse access through another access piece into their headquarters, and it was a huge part of the win because nobody else could do that, and they've been looking for that for several years. So that was really what tipped it over the fence. Another big factor of it was, even though they have 66 locations, they have a very small IT staff of only about 4 people. So managing the network was really challenging, and especially with, it was multiple different networks that were encompassed, that they were building off of through acquisitions of different companies. So they needed to actually have visibility into all these networks at once, right, when they were doing the rip and strip on this. So for a customer like this, for a couple guys to be able to just go into a portal and monitor all this stuff was a huge selling factor of the deal as well. So they didn't have to farm this out to multiple different companies.
You guys provide everything? They don't have anybody else to do backup?
We provide everything for them, yeah. And so what we did, we actually built completely diverse networks. So they've got 2 circuits from us. And so at every single site, be it either using like DSX services, DS1s, DS3s, and or fiber. So we actually designed their whole network with 2 different circuits coming in and hitting 2 different edges of our network. So nothing was overlapping at any of the sites, which was something else that no one else was able to do for them. So we actually have a primary and a secondary at every single site for them. So they've got two different access circuits at every site with level 3.
They're both diverse loops in each site?
Totally diverse. So yeah, so if we did like 10 megs of fiber, and maybe we did like 6 megs of bonded T1s. So they had the copper, they had the fiber feed completely separate, and then what we did is we took it to different edge routers. So one edge router is not going to take down the fiber and the copper, right? So, and then we're doing the managed routers for them, and we're doing the APM stuff for them. Obviously, these companies always want to save money, yet grow and enhance their network. Luckily, they had spent so long with the LEC, with their toll-free call center services, and our dedicated toll-free platform. I want to say they were maybe on 1-minute increments on their toll-free platform before with the LEC. So we saved them like $25,000 to $30,000 a month just in toll-free traffic, which allowed them to actually do this huge network expansion and go to fiber at all these sites. So the CFO was a lot friendlier signing off on the budget, right, to actually do this huge network expansion, but not having to pay anything extra to do so. We've got internet service with them as well, so they've got all their internet with us now, and they're in the process of migrating all their local PRIs to SIP. With our Voice Complete product, we can actually pool all the trunks for them. So now they're looking at this as an enterprise level solution versus a site-by-site solution. So, they can actually say based on geography, number of people in the office, different factors of how many trunks do we need for our entire organization versus, how many trunks do we need at every given site. Because now these sites, if you're not using the call path at one site, you can use it at the other. So they've got one primary PBX at their headquarters, they've got a secondary PBX in a data center, and essentially we can actually use the same number of trunks as their failover as well. We don't charge them for the failover set, It's a primary, and then the backup is basically just through IP failover. So we just redirect that to a different IP address. We can go 3 deep on that if they had a third PBX for redundancy. We can do that.
Are all the sites domestic, or?
Originally it was. We actually do this globally. So with the MPLS services, we can actually drop the routers, put the Fluke devices.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
The only spot we won't do the managed services is mainland China right now. It's just customs issues there. But everywhere else, South America, North America, Africa, I mean everywhere. Asia, we'll go up, ship the routers out there, have someone go on site, do the install, put the Fluke device, and they can see the traffic, all the traffic through the portal.
Those international sites, are they dedicated connections as well, or are they going? Is it over the top IP?
If we don't have the fiber into the building, we'll leverage a last mile access provider in that country or in that area to get that last mile, and then they'll tie it into our meet point. So we've got interconnects with them all over the globe.